This is Cherry. I wanted to talk to you guys about fear. Several years ago, I had just completely earth shattering experience, and I felt that a message was being channeled to me that if we found a way to eliminate fear from our lives, there would be no limits to, you know, to what we would experience here on earth. It would be heaven on earth, really. And also that it's something that's attainable and possible. And for years, I was just, I kind of was like, okay, probably was just, all in my head. And, it's really begun to pop up more and more lately. And so I was thinking of that. I was like, what would I do if I didn't have any fear? And so it's interesting because it starts here and then it's like it has layers. It gets deeper and deeper. So if I didn't have any fear, maybe I wouldn't get up and go to work tomorrow. Or, let's start a little further back. If I didn't have any fear, maybe I would stay up all night making a YouTube video. Okay, great. Then I think, oh, well, if I didn't have any fear, I would call out of work tomorrow and I would have a sick day. And then I think, well, if I really didn't have any fear, maybe I would switch careers. Maybe I would sell all of my free possessions and move to the beach. And then I'm like, okay, well, that sounds great, but I wouldn't have any money. Fear. And so each time I came up to something that I would accomplish if I didn't have fear, I kept having all these pushbacks, these voices, these automatic responses. Fear. Main things we experience are fear of money, abundance, so our scarcity mentality. It's looking out for ourselves first. We may say that we're, not selfish at our core, but, when we think about it, we really are. Just homeless, for example. I mean, people's excuse, and my excuse has been, oh, well, they're just going to go buy drugs. Okay. Does our employers hand us a check each week and say, hey, you can't spend this on drugs. Do you want me to go and buy groceries with you this week? I know that's a little bit of a stretch to compare those two things. But I guess what I mean is, do we really live our lives like we aren't afraid? I mean, why are we afraid of what, someone who's homeless is going to go do with $10 that we give them? Why are we afraid to give them $10 in the first place? Well, we're afraid that we won't make rent. And so it's this continual cycle of always trying to strive for something that's just out of our reach, something that's unattainable. It's always one step further. And it kind of goes back to the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and just being on that, chasing that carrot. And the thing about it is the carrot we're chasing is someone else's carrot most of the time. It's someone else's dream, someone else's company that we're helping them fulfill. And I mean, yeah, that's great and all, but what is our sole purpose? What is our passion? I mean, what would we do if we had no fear? I would love to know what I would do if I didn't have any fear. And so I think that's my challenge to me, to you, to us. Let's have no fear February. And I think that this is honestly it couldn't be a more perfect year after the year we had last year. I'm certainly not saying that COVID and all these things that happened, inequality, the police, just all the treatment, all these different things. I'm certainly not saying that, oh, if we didn't have fear, well, I don't know if I am or not yet. But my point is that I'm not just trying to put, a cute little Band-Aid on this whole thing. I'm not trying to just say, let's dismiss everything that's happened, or because we were fearful, that's why last year happened. We can't even really think in that frame of mind, because it's, I don't know, it'd spin me out. But I guess what I feel is that I need something more this year. I need something to fulfill me. My soul needs it, you know. I just recently moved to Nashville, and from Chattanooga, I moved back, and I don't have a car yet, and so I'm walking, or if I'm taking lifts, and every Lyft driver I'm in the car with, it's like they're saying, I'm working 2 and 3 jobs, and you know, I'm paying such and such for rent. I have to work both these jobs just to pay my rent, or I have 4 roommates, and my rent's still $1,000 a month. And this is reality. This is the lives that we have manifested here, all of us as a collective. And I guess I just think, how freeing would it be if not one of us, not 2 of us, but if all of us made a conscious effort to put fear behind us, and if not behind us, maybe just not at the front of our minds, and not at the first response. Well, if it is the first response, then maybe we have a follow-up response, and maybe a buddy system, a way to help each other. When I was channeled this message about fear, it said the opposite of fear is love, and that living a life without fear is the most amazing experience we can experience. And that basically whenever we have fear, it's almost impossible for us to have love. And as, beings that are fed, our souls are fed by love. I mean, that is disappointing to hear for me. I don't like it. But I do feel like each time I come up to a decision or anything, it's like that automatic response. It's fear. And it's all the time. It's so deeply ingrained. It's just like, it feels impossible. But I've been told it's not. And that, I feel like, is the most amazing thing. And I guess I'm asking for your help on this one. What can we do for No Fear February? What can we do is it that each week? Is it on Fridays? No Fear February Fridays? The no triple Fs? I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, what can we do to help each other make some decisions that aren't revolving around fear? It's gonna be a challenge, but I think we're up to it. For me, my first challenge was posting this video. I know there's a lot of things that I want to share with you guys about just my journey, my spiritual journey. But I've always been too scared, and I've always made excuses. I've always spent so much time, researching the perfect, background, or like my perfect background. No, but perfect background, or do I need music, or what am I going to wear? And I was like, whatever. I'm going to get off work. I'm going to sit in front of my laptop, and I'm going to be real. And if no one likes it, then no one likes it. But my goal here, it's a soul. It's a soul goal. It's that if there's someone out there that needs to hear today, hey, don't be afraid to make that big decision. Don't be afraid to make that move. Don't be afraid to accept that offer. Don't be afraid to expect more for yourself. Don't be afraid to stand up to somebody, and if you're an empath and, light workers out there, I know those are just labels, right? But, us as humans, we do kind of need labels sometimes. It helps us. It helps us understand things and comprehend things and break things down and solve problems. And, right now is a sensitive time, and there's so much negativity out there. And if I'm not careful, if we're not careful, it's so easy to get drugged down in that negativity, and then you're making more and more decisions with more and more fear. And so I feel that I'm on just a continual repetitive cycle, and I want off. I want off. And I don't just want off. I want everybody. I want all of you guys. I want to do it together. Because that's where the real change is going to happen. And maybe it'll be small. I don't know, I would love to hear what you guys are going to do, or what you want to do, or just throw out ideas. I mean, ask me, I'll do something with you. Let's do it. What do we have to lose? 2020 was truly a disappointing year in a lot of ways. I think it made a lot of us stronger. I know it made me a lot stronger. I mean, if someone told me what I know now this time last year, I don't know if I would have put one foot in front of the other every day. I mean, I'm being real. I mean, and it's not even that it's been an uphill battle, I know you guys know what I'm talking about. And it felt like everybody else had it figured out. And I don't know. I don't know if everybody else did or not. I don't think so, because look at the state of, our world. But I have been faking it for so long, faking happiness, faking being okay, putting others' needs before my own. And that can be great and that can be rewarding. And I do think that there's a certain level, I believe as humans, our job is to look out for and care for other humans. And yes, a lot of times more than ourselves. But I have to preface that by saying, if we're not taking care of ourselves at home, if we're not doing okay, then we can't be a help to anybody else. So it's kind of it kind of goes hand in hand. And I want to just say, I know some of you have lost loved ones this year, friends, family, maybe, a pet you loved, not to COVID, but just, I feel like this year has been so heavy, and it has had a lot of the energy. It feels like loss to me, but it also feels kind of like the phoenix rising from the ashes. And I feel like right now it's like stupering from, like, whoa, did that just happen? Am I gonna rise from the ashes? And it's like, hell yeah, like, let's rise from the ashes. And how are we gonna do that? And I believe that fear is at the root of this. And I'm not, I want to come back to the COVID thing. A message that I got was that while fear will not cause COVID, and it is certainly not the reason that so many of us have lost loved ones and been so sick and all these things, the energy of fear brings us into a negative state. And in that negative state, it's harder for our bodies to function as well. So while I'm not saying that, if you've lost a loved one, that means that that's because they were fearful. But what I am saying is that I think for us kind of to shift out of this space we're in right now, we have to do something on a grand level, And I would be honored if you guys would do No Fear February with me. I have some pretty big fears and some things that I would really love to do, I think. But it's like the fear is so deep that I would question my own soul's desire, purpose, wants, needs. So anyways, I'm just figuring it out, but I'm going to try to post more videos, and I just want to let you guys know that if you're out there, I hope you have a good day today. It's going to be okay. We're going to get through it, and I know I don't love you. No, I know I don't know you, but I feel that I love you. In this moment, I feel like, well, I'm connecting my heart to your heart, and so I hope you have a great day, and please let me know if you're interested in doing this and maybe what you plan on doing. No Fear February.